Right. So, look, welcome everybody, and love and blessings, and truly always is a really great honor for both myself and Kevin to share these sessions with you. Today, we're going to look at mindfulness and mindfulness practice. So, I'm going to give you some slightly different cues as we enter into the mindfulness section of this. In part, this has been inspired by many different things that you've said about how to approach different aspects of the meditation, go deeper, how to go deeper into stillness, or when signs arise, as an inner sound or an inner light. How can you progress? How can you get past that part of yourself that hesitates or that draws back or even goes in too fast? So I'm going to speak just briefly about mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a gatekeeper. She grants entrance into different states of consciousness. So she guides awareness to specific places in our body. And she actually remembers instructions that we give her. You'll notice in Kevin's guided meditations, he says and gives cues like still or be still. These kind of cues, when they're repeated, actually help us a great deal to pay attention to what we're doing. And the awareness of some of these key prompts, like be quiet or let go, are actually cues that create an imprint in our mind. So this is one of the really incredible values of having a guided meditation. And it's also why regular practice is so important. The more we practice together, in fact, the more that we help each other to pay attention to what we're doing. And then it's easier for us to remember exactly what to do. As we develop mindfulness, mindfulness herself pays attention to these instructions. So the clearer the instructions are, the better it helps us to guide our mind with really clear, well-defined stages. And I call them gatekeepers, and a lot of meditators call these shifts and clear states gatekeepers. The well-defined stages that we're talking about in our meditation, Kevin and I use really mindful practice in the beginning when we do the lower Dantian breath counting, and then into light, elevated energy, and then into love, into the heart, and then into peace and stillness. So they're very well-defined stages, and there are instructions that we can give at each stage. Mindfulness has 5 gates. And in each of these gates, you'll find that you can deepen your meditation as mindfulness develops at these different levels. So you'll find your elevated energy growing higher, and your heart space growing wider and more expansive, and your stillness growing deeper. You'll also find that your normal everyday mindfulness is not as sharp or as powerful as the mindfulness that you need when you meditate. So mindfulness and meditation is very flexible and very agile, and you can move from one state to another, just like we're doing. So I'll give these cues as we go through, and I'm going to give them 3 times, and I'll repeat them. So one of the cues, for example, could be very simply witnessing, being aware of the present moment, letting go of the past and future. Right now, you're very focused and concentrated on what I'm saying. So you're very aware of the present, letting go of the past and future. You're very present, letting go of the past and future. And these cues will become really natural to you. They'll just naturally flow. We become like a musician performing a solo on a stage where we're totally focused, we're totally present. There's no other object of focus. And the breath, when we meditate, is like that. As we meditate together, I really want you to put all your energy into each moment. Total focus. Don't hold back a single moment. Put all your mind into it. Build up the energy. And as you build up, you'll see that the lights of your consciousness get switched on. It really is an incredibly beautiful thing. The breath becomes incredibly beautiful, and mindfulness powers up and generates deep insight and bliss. You start to see deeply into the nature of the breath, and you'll see more than you ever imagined. You achieve enlightenment experiences because you learn how to point powerful mindfulness at an experience and turn the lights up on it. You illuminate it, especially the mind. When you're witnessing the mind and you point powerful mindfulness at it with attentive stillness, you find a priceless pearl, the wisdom of insight. So that's what we're going to do. Give the gatekeeper clear instructions at each of these 5 gates so that your mindfulness knows what to do. And then you're going to sit back, witness, and let her do her job. That's all you need to do. First, in meditation, we learn how to sustain attention on coarse meditation objects like the breath. And then we start to move inwards into more subtle objects like light or sound. So don't move too quickly. Take your time. And in time, you will experience immovable mindfulness, that incredible stillness out of which all else arises. You're fully aware, and you need this level of mindfulness to become enlightened, to shine your light on all life. So together, if you haven't done so already, I'm going to gently draw our attention inwards. To begin with, we've arranged our environment so that it becomes a sanctuary, a sacred place. And just sitting comfortably. Ideally, you're going to be sitting upright on the edge of your seat, a comfortable seat with your hips level, slightly above your knees. The soles of your feet are flat on the ground and parallel with each other. And you're resting your hands, palms cupped, right palm uppermost, resting in your lap, with the tips of your thumbs touching lightly. Lightly, you've closed your eyes, and you're noticing how you feel right now, bringing your intention right from the beginning to align with that feeling. As you listen to these instructions, allow your attention and intention to align with the technique and its purpose. The sequence of this meditation begins with cues for posture, relaxation, and positive energy, and then moves into calm breath counting to focus your attention. After becoming completely absorbed in breathing, we'll shift to breathing upward through the central channel to the top of the head and down the spine. We'll do this 14 times, which is the traditional nature and practice of Kriya Yoga. And then we'll focus to the top of the head and feel a pull upward into the infinite light of the source of being. We'll spend time plugged into this infinite light and then move downwards into the heart, where the energy transforms into pure, unconditional love. We'll feel this love like a soft, warm embrace of a mother's love in our bodies, and then extend it outward to all beings, the whole planet, the entire universe. Finally, we'll shift downwards to the peace of stillness in the lower dantian, dissolving into formlessness and completely letting go. The purpose is to raise our vibration to embody the frequencies of peace, love, and light, so they become established as the baseline from which we live our lives. As you follow this meditation, practice mindfulness by paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally, like a curious observer. If your attention wanders, practice the 3 R's. Recognize what's grabbed your attention, release it, and return to following the guided cues. Do this as often as your attention wanders, best you can, without self-judgment. To begin, focus on the soles of your feet and feel the sensations of your feet contacting the ground. Allow your feet to soften and relax, imagining your feet melting down into the ground. Focus on the palms and fingers and feel the sensation of contact with your legs. Allow your palms and fingers to soften and relax, and imagine them melting down into your legs. As your hands relax, relax your arms and shoulders. Release all tension in your shoulders and neck. And then imagine a string attached to the top of your head, drawing the spine gently upright, giving you a feeling of vertical spaciousness up through the core of your body, up through the spine, through the top of your head. Tuck your chin ever so slightly. Gently lengthen the back of your neck. Roll the tip of your tongue up to touch the roof of your mouth. And smile, the Buddha's smile. Gentle appreciation and gratitude for this time to relax, to let go, to awaken to the finer frequencies of peace, love, and light. Allow this feeling of smiling to relax your jaw, your eyes, your eyebrows and forehead. Allow this feeling of smiling to wash down through your body, creating a beautiful, positive inner environment where every cell is smiling, opening, communicating, radiating pure, positive energy. As you breathe, become aware of the sensations of this present moment, like a curious observer, witnessing. Witness what is right now. This is the first gatekeeper into deeper states of meditation. Being a witness, observing with curiosity. I am aware of the present moment, letting go the past and future. I'm aware of the present moment, letting go the past and future. I'm aware of the present moment, letting go the past and future. As you breathe, be aware of the silence. Who is it that hears the silence? Who is it that's listening? The witnessing presence. I'm silently aware of the present moment, letting go of commentary, evaluations, and judgments, resting in what is. I'm silently aware of the present moment, letting go of commentary, evaluations, and judgments, resting in what is. I'm silently aware of the present moment, letting go of commentary, evaluations, and judgments, resting in what is. Listen to the silence. Listen. Listen. The third gatekeeper is the breath. I'm silently aware of the breath in the present moment, releasing all other perceptions and thoughts. I'm silently aware of the breath in the present moment, releasing all other perceptions and thoughts. I'm silently aware of the breath in the present moment, releasing all other perceptions and thoughts. Focus down into your lower abdomen and become aware of the sensations of breathing here. As you inhale, notice the subtle expansion of your abdomen, and as you exhale, notice the subtle relaxation inward. I'm silently aware of the breath in the present moment, releasing all other perceptions and thoughts. Silence. Awareness of the breath, the present. fourth gatekeeper is the whole breath in every moment. I'm silently aware of the ebb and flow of the whole breath continuously, every moment. See if it's possible to stay present in the whole cycle of your breathing, so that you notice the moment you begin to inhale, you follow your in-breath until you naturally pause. Then notice the moment you begin to exhale and follow your out-breath until you naturally pause. To track your attention, count your breaths each time you exhale in cycles of 10. If you lose count, begin again at 1. If you get to 10, begin again at 1. And if your attention wanders, it's okay. Recognize what grabbed your attention, release this, and return to counting your out-breaths in cycles of 10. I'm silently aware of the ebb and flow of the whole breath continuously, every moment. Allow your attention to become completely absorbed in the subtle sensations of breathing, as if nothing else matters at this moment. I'm silently aware of the ebb and flow of the whole breath, continuously, every moment. As you continue to count your out breaths, allow your breathing to become subtle, quiet, and soft until the sensation is barely perceptible in your lower abdomen. Now, we'll shift to breathing up through the central channel, down the spine. Here we're going to practice together and experiment a little. God, the divine infinite consciousness, as you know, is everywhere. Ask that you be empowered by that when you do Kriya. Ask that infinite consciousness initiate you with the Kriya practice. It's all about developing this divine consciousness of God within. First, life force arousal to get used to the energies. Take your attention to the base chakra. Tighten it. Pull a cool electrical current up the first, second, and third chakra just behind the navel. Hold the breath. Drop your head ever so slightly and feel the warm current descend as you breathe out. You make a sound like or the English or with a very subtle H sound, gently constricting the throat with a cool sensation in the back of your throat. And as you exhale, you make a sound like E, English E in eternity, with a warm sensation. For Kriya Pranayama, this same coolness now is drawn up the spine, the inner astral spine, and then the warmth descends. So take your attention again to the base chakra. Tighten it. Pull a cool electrical current up the first, second, and third chakra just behind the navel. Hold the breath. Drop your head slightly and then feel the warm current descend. And we'll do this a third time. Take your attention to the base chakra. Tighten it. Pull the cool electrical current up with the sound. The first, second, and third chakra just behind the navel. Hold the breath. Drop your head slightly. Then feel the warm current descend to the base of the spine. Now gather the energy at the base of the spine. Pause for a moment and then breathe up the inner spine with the sound like the English or with H. Feel the cool current coming up to the spiritual eye. Pause. And then as you breathe out with the sound E, feel the warm sensation cascading up over the crown, warm and soothing down to the base of the spine. Every time you do this, you're going to gather the energy and build the energy at the spiritual eye and the crown. So gather the energy at the base of the spine. And as you breathe up with the sound, feel the cool current coming up to the spiritual eye between the eyebrows. And as you breathe out with the sound E, feel it as a warm sensation cascading up over the crown, warm and soothing, down to the base of the spine. And on the third time, gather the energy as you breathe up with the sound, like the English O with a soft H. Feel the cool current coming all the way up to the spiritual eye. As you breathe out with the sound E, feel the warm sensation cascading over the crown, warm, soothing to the base of the spine. Gather the energy, breathe up the inner spine. Visualize a thin stream of silver astral energy as you breathe. Feel the cool current come to the spiritual eye. Then as you breathe out, as the warm sensation cascades over the crown, warm and soothing down to the base of the spine. Gather the energy. Breathe up with the silver-like astral energy in the inner spine. Feel the cool current coming up to the spiritual eye. Then as you breathe out with the sound E like eternity, feel the warm sensation cascade over the crown, warm and soothing down to the base of the spine. Gather the energy. Breathe up the inner spine. Feel the cool current coming up to the spiritual eye. And as you breathe out with the sound E, feel the warm sensation cascade over the crown, down to the base of the spine. Even more energy now. Gather the energy. Breathe up the inner spine. Feel the cool current moving up the inner spine to the spiritual eye. Then as you breathe out, feel the warm sensation cascade over the crown, down to the base of the spine. Gather the energy. Breathe up the inner spine. Feel the cool current coming up to the spiritual eye. Then as you breathe out, over the crown, warm and soothing down to the base of the spine. Gather the energy, even more energy and focus. Breathe up the inner spine. Feel the cool current coming up to the spiritual eye. As you breathe out with the sound, feel it, warm sensation cascading up over the crown, warm and soothing down to the base of the spine. Gather the energies. Breathe up the inner spine. Visualize that thin stream of silver-like astral energy as the cool current comes up to the spiritual eye. And as you breathe out, that warm sensation cascading over the crown. Gather the energies, tune into the divine consciousness. As you breathe up the inner spine with the sound, feel the cool current coming to the spiritual eye. As you breathe out, the sound E, feel the warm sensation, warm and soothing. Gather the energies. Feel the divine consciousness of Divine Mother fill you as you breathe up the inner spine, the sound. Feel the cool current come up to the spiritual eye. Then as you breathe out, gather these energies of love, peace, light, As you breathe up the inner spine, feel the cool current all the way to the spiritual eye. All the way. Then as you breathe out with the sound E, feel the warm sensation cascade over the crown. And now the 14th time, all your energy, all your focus, all the divine power, bring the current all the way up to the crown. Feel the crown when you get there. Pause. Feel the extraordinary energy gathered at the crown. Exhale and feel the breath come out through the top of the crown. Keep your attention on the crown. Meditating on the crown, simply there where bliss comes from. Alert, poised, relaxed. At the crown, imagine the top of your head opening to heaven above. Feel your energy pulled up in a column of light, higher and higher. Feel your energy pulled upward in a column of light, higher and higher. Feel your energy pulled upward in a column of light, higher and higher. Follow this upward pull in the column of light, higher and higher, higher and higher, until you feel as if you are plugged into the source of infinite light above, the guiding light. You are plugged into the source of infinite light. You are plugged into the source of infinite light. Feel that your mind is being infused and transformed by the light. Allow your mind to be elevated, infused and transformed by the light above. As you breathe in the light from above. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to elevate higher and higher. As you breathe in the light from above. As you breathe out, allow yourself to be pulled higher and higher. As you breathe in the light from above. As you breathe out, allow yourself to be pulled higher and higher. Elevated, infused, transformed by the light from above. Elevated higher and higher. Plugged in, infused, transformed by the divine light from above. You're alert, awake, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss. Plugged in, infused, transformed by the light from above. higher and higher, plugged in, infused, transformed by the light. Now allow this light to flow down through the top of your head, down through the central channel into your heart, where it transforms into the purest divine love, the love of a divine mother who embraces you unconditionally. Feel the warm embrace of unconditional love. Allow this love to expand from your heart through your whole body. Bask in the warmth of Divine Mother's unconditional love. Allow this love to expand even further. Become aware of this love extending outwards from your heart to your loved ones. To all beings. To the whole planet. To all the planets and stars. To the universe. Become aware of this love expanding infinitely in all directions. You realize that this infinite love is the energy that brought forth and gave birth to all of creation. This love is the energy that connects us all to the one shared heart. Smile as you feel the warmth of unconditional love radiating throughout the universe, through all time and space, through the one shared heart. This love radiates to all Buddhas, all Christs, all archangels and bodhisattvas of the light, all the ascended masters across all time and space, through all worlds and beyond, through all realms, to the highest spiritual realms. Breathe the infinite love of the one shared heart through your heart to all, and in turn, all the blessings and light and love of all these ascended beings absorb back into you. As you absorb these blessings, the light of divine love fills the bliss seat at your heart. And you in turn radiate great compassionate love and light to all beings everywhere. Breathe the infinite love of the one shared heart through your heart to all. Make it personal. Fill each and every one of your friends and family with this love. Breathe the infinite love of the Masters and Divine Mother out to everybody. Each of your friends in turn. Each of your family in turn. Each of your colleagues in turn. Those you know and those you don't. They in turn transform to earth angels, bodhisattvas of the light, and all their blessings and light and love absorb back into you. You are filled with divine love. You transform into a Buddha of compassion with a body filled with light and love. You stand in a body of light and love, radiant, transparent, loving all beings. Your light fills the universe. You breathe the infinite love of the one shared heart through your heart to all beings. You are breathing presence and love. You can feel your intimate divine relationship with all presence around you. You're seeing God in everything and everybody. Now allow the energies of love to flow from your heart down through the central channel to a still point in the lower dantian, just below your navel, in the center of your lower abdomen. Rest your attention in this still point. If you notice any movement of thought or feeling, body or attention, let go. Let go into the stillness. Let go. Let go into the stillness. Let go. Let go into the stillness. Imagine the still point getting smaller and smaller as you go deep down into stillness. Imagine the still point getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it dissolves and disappears into formlessness. Feel the deep peace of dissolving and disappearing into formlessness. Let go. Be still. Let go. Be still. Let go. Be still. Peace. 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 Now, become aware of the entire space inside your skin. Slowly, half open your eyes. Become aware of the space inside your body, within the space around you. Feel the top of your head. Feel your hands in your lap. And feel your feet on the ground. Notice how you feel. If you could sum this feeling up in a word or a phrase, what would this be? Now remember and record this feeling of peace, love, and light in every cell of your body so that you can remember it at any time. Bring it with you. Return to it whenever you need. Bring peace, love, and light with you wherever you go. Consider doing this twice a day. Surrender to the process. Realize the truth of who you are, a being of peace, love, and light, of wisdom and happiness. Take a moment now to write down anything that's important to you, to remember this meditative experience, to reflect on it, develop insight, and understand what it means for your life and your relationships. How to bring this light, love, and peace into the world. And slowly stretch and move in whatever way feels good for you. Thank you. Love and blessings.